Ahoj lidi, tak vás vítám zpátky u hry. Minule jsme skončili přesně tady, takže odsud zase začínáme. A jdeme se podívat ještě jednou na tu policejní vchod na policejní silnici. Banka. Co je tady? Průběh příběhu. Hodiny 6. Odpovědní na vzkaz, na kterém je věda. Martin cestuje do prohibice, aby zachránil své učitele a předpokladače. Ale musí najít doktora, který je právě ve vězení za zapálení nelegální palírny. Takže my asi půjdeme do té banky a něco zkusíme ukradnout. Schválně koukneme na nápovědu. Tak, jak se doktor dostal do vězení? To ti řekne pouze on. Dobře. Marty potřebuje najít vězení. Vězení je přímo naproti soudní budově z druhé strany parku. Aha. Takže musíme jít za soudní budovu, jo. Že jo. Vězení je přímo naproti soudní budově z druhé strany parku. Jo, ale teď tam jsme byli, tady je soudní budova.
I can sightsee later. Right now, I've got to find the dock.
Jo, to tam je soudní budova, ne? To došli zase, ježišmarja. Jo, tady je teda policie. Aha.
Marty!
Doc!
What are you doing here?
You sent for me, Doc.
I did? When?
May 14th, 1986.
1980? The automatic retrieval system, of course. I'd almost
to
forgotten
zapomněla,
about
aha.
that.
So what's our plan for getting you out of here?
Plan? We don't need a plan.
We don't.
Not in the slightest. The police picked me up for that speakeasy fire a couple of weeks ago, but the DA hasn't got a case. They're releasing me tomorrow morning.
No, to
So
tě
basically,
nepustí.
I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car?
Sorry about that, but it's so wonderful to see you. We have a lot of catching up to do.
Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc.
Great Scott! I'm going to be gunned down by gangsters on the steps of the courthouse.
Why would they do that?
Guess they didn't approve of my burning down their speakeasy.
Very funny, Doc.
Yeah.
Maybe now we should come up with a plan.
A plan, right?
Ale jaký?
But what?
Why
Vrátit
don't
se
I
čas.
take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place?
Don't
Vypadení.
even think about it. Without my unjust incarceration, the events that sent you into the past might never happen, resulting in a paradox of continuum shattering proportions.
Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that.
Don't be ridiculous, Smarty. I was only referring to the end of the universe as we know it.
No to já si nemyslím. Je, s autem ho
Suppose I
dostal.
could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail.
No, that's far too dangerous. Not just to me, but to random innocent people in the past. The repercussions could be... That's it!
What's it?
My
Fair enough.
rocket-powered drill.
You have a rocket-powered drill?
Not yet. I haven't built it yet.
You've
What's
lost
this
me,
drill?
Doc.
Listen, a few months ago, my 17-year-old self sent in a patent application for a rocket-powered drill. I abandoned the project after I never heard back from the patent office, but the prototype should be nearly complete.
Great, I'll just run back to your lab
No,
and...
no, I said nearly complete. You'll need me to help you finish it.
How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell?
Not me. 1931 me.
Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail?
Precisely.
No. No, co dáme? Tady to první dáme,
Won't
jo?
talking to yourself cause, you know, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something?
It should be fine. I've already invented the idea of the rocket drill. You've just got to goad my younger self into finishing the prototype.
Ukončení. A kde ho najdu?
Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you.
How should I know? It was over 50 years ago. Why don't you go over to the soup kitchen next door and give my house a call? They'll know where to find me.
Soup kitchen. Got it.
Just stay away from the soup. It'll cause irreparable damage to your digestive system.
I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc. I'll get you out of here in no time.
I'm not worried. Once you and my younger self put your heads together, you'll be unstoppable.
No. Tak. A co já teď potřebuju? Můžu tam? Nemůžu. Já potřebuji najít teda... Nic, dáme si nápovědu, já jsem blbý jako tágo. Tak jo. Kde doktor řekl Martimu, že najde ten telefon? Neřeknu. Nějaká jídelna stará, ten telefon je ve vývařovně. No a vývařovna je vedle věznice. Jo, to bude tam ten... Tady to bude ono, že jo? No jasný. Open. No jo, jsme si nemuseli ani dívat. Aha, to jsou gentry.
Biff? Kid! Grandpa?
That's Mr. Tannen to you, Artie. What are you doing out here?
Well, I was getting kind of hungry, so I figured I'd come down here for some free soup.
Just thought I'd come down for some soup. Think, McFly. The DA's throwing around subpoenas like Babe Ruth.
I don't think Ruth's a pitcher anymore.
Shut it. If one of those subpoenas landed in the hands of my number cruncher, I'd be in a whole lot of trouble. I could even get sent up the river. You wouldn't want that, would you? Would you?
No, of course not, kid.
All right, that's better. What are you looking at, punk? Keep your eyes on the soup, kid. Well,
No.
Well, what?
what are you still doing here?
Sorry, kid. I'll just run back to the safe house.
You do that. And McFly,
Yes?
that hat's too flashy. You better let me hold on to it. Now scram!
You got it, boss.
And don't come out until I give you the all clear. I swear, if even one of you mooks could add 2 + 2 without your fingers, I'd dump that wimp into the lake. Hey! Anyway, I'm off to make myself irresistible. Don't let anyone burn down the shop while I'm gone.
Nějaký chlápek, ale mi chcem telefon. Jen sluchátko. Tak.
Brown residence.
Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown?
Young Master Brown is currently tending to his clerking duties at the courthouse. Who may I say is calling?
Soudní budově.
Courthouse? Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse.
Chlápek
I
tomu...
better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline.
No, OK. S kuchařem bude mluvit?
Okay. Hey, never mind.
Dveře do kuchyně. Tak jdem do kuchyně, schválně co se stane. Aha.
There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help.
Ježíš, to je zase ten bar, ne.
Hey,
On tě nevidí.
never mind.
Jsme zkoušeli. No to kašlem. Není tady ještě něco? Není. Tak východ. A my jdeme do té soudní budovy. Nějaký noviny. Vchod do banky. Vchod do právnické kanceláře. Schořelá palírna. Papírnictví nechceme. Holičství, jo. Káme se ostřihat.
Hey, can I get some moose?
What does this look like? A hunting lodge?
Young Doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
Tak. Takže tudy asi. Ale tam je pes. Tak, co Einsteine?
Hey, how you doing, Einie?
Tak, můžeme pokračovat.
Young Doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
No, jak se tam mám dostat? Ježišmarja. To je hrozný, kdybych si mohl změnit nějak ten pohled.
Young Doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
Ježišmarja, tak já nevím, jako... Kterou dospívající protějšek pracuje jako advokátní soudu. No, tam jsme šli předtím a nešlo to. Jo, vlastně tam to je radnice, takže my musíme... Kam musíme? Tam musíme někam. Někam, kde byly ty dopravnické kanceláře, jasně, tady.
Hello?
No solicitors!
Tak já nevím, Ježišmarja. Chod do banky. Tak jdem do banky. No už fakt netuším, kam mám jít.
How can I help you, sir?
Aha.
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
Ježíš, tak kde to je? Doktorův dospívající protějšek pracuje jako advokátní koncipient u soudu. No, u soudu. A jak se tam mám asi dostat?
Young Doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
No a kde je tady soudní budova? No, to je... Tak já nevím, ježišmarja. To je hrozný jaký. Jo, kdybychom našli, když dám tohle, průběh příběhu. Cesta. Jo. Tady. To není právnická kancelář. Tady je banka. Na radnici jít nemůžeme. Tady je vývařovna. Vchod na
Young Doc's in the
policejní
courthouse.
stanici.
I hope I'll be able to recognize him. I think I'll just talk to Doc from out here. Psst, Doc!
Marty, have you found my younger self yet?
Ne.
So, according to the British guy on the phone, you're working at the courthouse.
Of course. In the summer of '31, my father made me work as a junior clerk.
That doesn't sound like any fun.
I hated every minute of it. My father was, strict. In any event, you should head over to the courthouse right away and introduce yourself to me.
What does a law clerk do anyway?
Horrible paper shuffling task, but that's unimportant. Get yourself to the courthouse and find me.
Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather.
No!
Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything.
Good.
I wish I could, though. This era's tannin is treating him like dirt.
Don't worry. If history plays out as it's supposed to, he'll soon be out from under Kit Tannen's thumb and free to live out his life as a humble accountant with your grandma. What was her name again?
Sylvia.
Right, Sylvia.
Where have you been all this time? I missed you.
I've missed you too, Marty. But I thought it was important to let you live your own life for a while, free from the insanity of time travel.
I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months.
Besides, I've been busy raising my own unpredictable teenagers.
Tak jo.
Hang in there, Doc.
Not the best choice of words, Marty.
Takže my musíme do té advokátní kanceláře tím pádem. Kdy už jsem byl, tohle to jako je děsa hrůza, abych dělal 100 věcí najednou. Ta nápověda byla teda úplně na prd. To teda. Chod. No tak tam nejeď. Takže by to bylo tady? Jo.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
Tak kde to je?
Without any money, I don't really have any business in there.
Já vážně netuším už.
Young doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
Tak chod do holičství. A mě to tady dál prostě nepustí. U soudu. No a jak se k tomu soudu mám dostat, jako? Tam nemůžu.
Young doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him.
Aha. Ale předtím mi to nešlo, nebo?
Don't touch those. These are very sensitive legal documents. Nobody is supposed to handle them but sworn officers of the court. Papa, I mean, Judge Brown says so.
Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm Michael, Corleone.
Emmett Brown, but I am a law clerk, not a doctor. Now please get out of my way. I have important business to transact. Naturally, h2 of a multiplied by the inversion of h has to come out less than...
A já musím za ním teda.
What am I missing here? Or do we take h to stand for the Hermitian line operator? But in that case, h to the a multiplied by the inverse of a might well be equal to a's expectation value, but only if the coefficient of friction remains constant and the gravitational constant is variable. Wait, is that even possible? Oh, let's start over. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend.
I'm not big on friends. They get in the way of work.
Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do.
Mr. Corleone, I'll have you know that the law is the very mortar that holds society together, and we in the legal profession are like brick masons building the edifice of the future.
Your dad tell you that?
Every morning.
See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out.
Not that I care in the least, because science is the furthest thing from my own area of interest, which is law, but I don't believe you.
It's true. I'm a scientist.
So tell me something, Mr. Scientist, from your vast storehouse of scientific knowledge.
Co řekni, a co?
The leg bone's connected to the thigh bone?
Amazing.
Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab.
Invention? You must have me mixed up with somebody else. I'm in law. I have absolutely no interest in science.
Ah.
I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty.
A co mám dělat, když mluvíte? Vůbec nechce mluvit, možná kdyby si s ním měl něco společného. No ale co společného? Že bychom měli jít zatím?
well, no.
Takže dáme inventář. Máme diktafon.
Come on, wait up a minute.
You again? Can't you see I'm busy?
Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets. But I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours.
I am not a scientist. Go ahead, ask me what E equals.
What does E equal?
I have absolutely no idea. See? I don't know where you got your information from about me, mister, but you're wrong.
Mimo. Nejsem mimo.
Inverse of A might well be equal to... Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Počkej.
The one-dimensional harmonic oscillator, then.
Mám tu knižku. Kde ji použít?
A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of A, right? No. What am I missing here?
Doc's notebook doesn't belong to him. Okay, actually, it does belong to him, but not yet. In any event, it's probably a really bad idea to give him a book full of all the things he hasn't invented yet.
Dobře, tak běžíme za druhým doktorem, ať nám mu řekne, co to mluvání má znamenat. Tak, běž, utíkej.
Doc will flip when he hears his own voice.
Takovým tohle, použít předmět. Okno
So,
celý.
Doc, does this ring a bell?
Oh, think, Emmett, think. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A. H to the A multiplied by the inverse of A.
Good grief! Is that me? I sound so...
Young?
I was gonna say intense. I forgot how wound up I used to get.
Yeah, but what are you muttering about?
Oh, that's easy. It's Ivanov's conundrum. Just tell my younger self that H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream?
Only if it turns out that reality is actually nothing more than a holographic illusion created by the interplay of subatomic particles on a vast two-dimensional membrane.
So...
It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Je to fajn. Oka.
A multiplied by the inversion of H has to come out less than expectation value of A, right? No. What am I missing here? Oh, well, no. H.
Will you just give me a chance?
Harassment's a federal crime, Mr. Corleone.
What's this important business you're up to?
It's a legal matter, very complicated, very abstruse. I need to obtain 5 sets of initials on every copy of this writ of indemnification before before Judge Brown can even think of granting a waiver to the party of the first part.
You have no idea what it's about, do you?
That's how important it is.
Jo, tady to je.
Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator.
What did you just say?
I said maybe H equals the...
Hamiltonian operator.
Yeah!
Great Scott! If H is the Hamiltonian, then H to the A multiplied by the inverse of H can only be the same as the expectation value for A. That's it! That's the solution to Ivanov's conundrum, the problem I've been wrestling with in my head all week!
I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two. The way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill.
Where did you learn so much about science?
Naučil.
Well, it's like this.
You know about my rocket-powered drill? Then there can only be one explanation.
What?
You're from the patent office. I confess I didn't quite know what to expect when I sent the paperwork, but I never expected this. Welcome! I'm at your service. What can I do for you?
can I see your rocket-powered drill?
Of course, of course. Naturally, it's just a scale model, but it's nearly operational. I can show it to you, say, first thing in the morning.
Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational.
Whoa!
Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy.
It can't be done! I mean, it might be possible to construct a full-size working model in that time frame, but I haven't got the main ingredient for the fuel.
I'll get it for you. What is it?
190 proof grain alcohol. And you know how difficult it is to get a hold of alcohol these days.
Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy.
And besides, there's no way I can get off work until I've delivered the subpoena. It's part of the investigation into the business affairs of Kid Tannen. Is it vitally important you see that rocket-powered drill today?
Yes. Is it vitally important you deliver
Tak
that
co bude?
subpoena today?
Yes!
Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. It'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal?
Deal. Here's the subpoena.
I've got to subpoena my grandpa?
It's Kid Tannen.
Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen, yelling at Arthur McFly.
I'm not surprised. Arthur does the books for his business.
What kind of business?
That's what the DA is trying to find out.
Let's go talk to him.
No!
Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding.
Yeah, well, he can also have us fitted for a Chicago overcoat.
Tak se podíváme na nápovědu. No já věřím, že to bude ten fialový. Jednou.
Hey, Miss Strickland.
Oh, hello, Mr. Corleone. Try not to draw any undue attention my way. I'm on the trail of a hot new scoop, as we in the newspaper business say.
I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him.
Well, I hope you've learned to keep him under control.
Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted.
Very good. Now let's see if you know your multiplication tables.
Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan?
Yes, but those pig-headed editors at the paper rejected it. They said my story was slanted, and that I was glorifying a suspected arsonist. As if their stories aren't always glorifying the criminal vermin that run this town. This whole thing makes me so mad I could spit. Though of course I never would. There's an ordinance against it, and it's so untidy.
Hej jo. Se nebude mezi novináři.
What's the scoop?
I've heard rumors that something shady is going on at the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen. It's under new management, you know. And oh, we mustn't jump to any conclusions. Not till the facts are in. I hope to heaven it is just a rumor. That soup kitchen is the front line in the good fight. If it goes bad, what will happen to the Stay Sober Society? Not to mention all the charitable institutions that depend on me for soup deliveries.
You make hot soup deliveries?
It's one of my many small contributions to the good cause. Healthy bodies, healthy souls, or so one hopes. I pick up barrels of hot soup at the kitchen, and I deliver them hither and thither. Hill Valley Orphanage, the St. Francis Xavier Ranch for Unwanted Children, Foggy Mountain Home for the Incurably Insane, Shady Acres Rest Home. Oh, I can barely keep track of them all. It's a very big job.
What's the Stay Sober Society?
You haven't heard of the SSS? They do the most marvelous work, taking hopeless drunken bums and turning them into former hopeless drunken bums. I'm one of the founding members. And not to say that I was ever, well, you know. Anyway, we've always met in the cellar of the Sisters of Mercy soup kitchen, but for some reason the new managers don't want us down there, so we're stuck. We've got nowhere to meet.
Hey, I can help you deliver soup. I donate a lot of time to charities.
Oh? Which ones?
The, Mario Brothers.
Ah, yes. The Italians do so many good works.
If you'll just fix it so I can pick up the barrels of soup,
Now hold your horses, let's not get overeager. I drive the soup cycle in this town, and I'm not about to turn it over to an upstart. But if you're well connected with the local charitable institutions,
Yeah?
you can let me know when they're running low on soup.
I know a place where the Stay Sober Society can meet.
Oh? Where?
The Brown residence.
You mean Judge Brown's place?
Yeah, I happen to be good friends with his son Emmett, and he's told me the judge would love to lend his place out for, you know, good causes like yours.
Really? Why, that's the most generous, public-spirited offer I've received in a month of Sundays. Please tell your friend Emmett we accept. The meeting isn't due to start for a little while, so that'll give our people some time to set up.
As a
Dáme
matter
ještě
of
tohle.
fact, I do know a local charity that's running low on soup.
Oh? Who?
The Stay Sober Society.
Bless you for thinking of them. But that meeting isn't scheduled to start for a little while, and we wouldn't want them eating cold soup.
You asked me to tell you if one of the local charities is running low on soup.
Does somebody need a visit from my soup cycle?
Dáme domov důchodců.
The rest home.
Those dear old-timers. Soup is one of the few pleasures they have left. All right, Edna, just think of all those poor unfortunates and hold your nose. Mr. Donnelly!
Tak. A my už to tady ukončíme. Takže zatím ahoj.